and getting ready to go up on top of the carport. See, there's a lot of work. I gotta fix the leak that's up there.
I'm getting off this ladder.
Did you take a look?
I did.
What did you see up there?
It's nasty up there.
How nasty is nasty?
Better pull out the trailer.
Alright. Alright, I'm on the roof and it doesn't look good. I gotta, I'm just gonna show you what I mean it doesn't look good. I skipped step one. I'm gonna have to backtrack and start over. So this is what I got. This is what we had, is this roll roofing with granulars on it. The person who did it put this cheap particle board or pressed wood, it's not going to call it wood, on top of gravel, a gravel roof. I got to take all of that down to the plywood because this stuff is so wet. It's so wet you can see what's happening. It had a small leak in it going underneath the roll roofing, and it couldn't escape, so it's just building moisture. And now I got it exposed, but I can't roof back on top of this. And this stuff did not last long, and the reason is he put it on top of these great big nails, and those nails went right through the roofing. So we got to tear that out, all of this out, clean that completely through. But first I got to move the truck and that trailer right here. Kara's moving the car, the trailer's going to go right there, and then I'm going to start sweating bullets. Okay, first level of business taken care of. The roll roofing is completely gone. And man, I don't know if you can see, but I'm getting red. I put some sunscreen on, but might not put it on soon enough. Yeah, so that's done. Second order of business is taking off this black deteriorated yuck. At how rotten this stuff is. Look at the shovel right through it, just like that. It's just falling right apart. That's what happens when the water gets trapped in between layers of your roofing and it doesn't have nowhere to go or to evaporate. Went and got me some shade protection and some fuel because the tank started getting a little low and started overheating too. But you see how it's coming along there. I'm third of the way in. My goal is to finish it in 45 minutes. Let's see how I go. right. So, order of business number 2 accomplished. Okay. Order business number 3. We gotta take the gravel and the tar paper out. We're running into a little bit of an issue, and I hope the dump is open tomorrow because the trailer's full. Usually it's open on Saturday, but it's a holiday weekend, so I hope they're open tomorrow and they close Monday. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and then I'm going to start peeling it up and stacking it up on this half of the roof. That way I can get it, you know, as much done as I possibly can right now. I almost fell through right there. Wow. And I've been at it for a little while now. I've been using the shovel, but this stuff is so stuck to the plywood. It's supposed to just peel up, and it's so stuck. I went and got this ice. This is a little scraper ice breaker, and I'm using this to scrape that and get it out, and it does not want to come, and it's being a booger. Well, I'll get at it for a little while longer. Ran into a big issue. I have to stop for the night. You can see my pile of nails there, pile of nails there. Look here, this is rotten. This is rotten here. It's probably rotten right there. You can feel that. It's right there. It's soft. It's rotten right there. Over here, you can't see it, but right here, it's rotten. Rotten. Gotta replace it. I don't know how many sheets of plywood it's gonna take. Probably, but I like how Robbie Layton does it. He goes, "That's all for tonight, and it is tomorrow." Yeah, it is. How does he do it? It is tomorrow. Well, we'll continue this tomorrow. And I got up early, which I get up early anyway, but so I'm here at the dump. I gotta empty the trailer so that I can throw more of the roofing stuff into the trailer. And when I get back, we're gonna have to assess what we need to do, and hopefully we get quite a bit accomplished today. So we got the roll roofing off. We got the sheeting underneath the roll roofing off. That's hauled to the dump. Now we have the gravel and tar, and the tar has actually gone through the tar paper. Otherwise, it would have just come up really easy. So because of that, I'm blistering my hands just to get the tar off of the roof. And then right now we're going to work on getting that off, and depends on how tired I get, I may stop and then start replacing some of the sheeting. I have some sheeting in the shed out back, and I'll just start replacing it because I don't want to actually fall through by accident. So we'll start working on that, and then when I get tired of doing that and I need a break, then I'll do some sheeting. Until then, third order of business is in process. New game plan. Since I have to replace a lot of this plywood, instead of scraping the tar completely off it, I'm gonna, the ones that need to be replaced, I'm going to take the tar off with the plywood and just replace the plywood. And I'm gonna do, I got one here ready to go. first section. Got it up there. Need to trim it up just a little bit to fit in there. I think this might go a little bit smoother, or anyway, it's gonna go. But so I was like, what's the sense of doing all that extra work when I have to take the plywood and throw it in the garbage anyway? So I'll do one section at a time, save what I can. The rest of it is going to the dump. But that looks good. Now that one's next. They say you might own the house, but the house owns you. Well, I'm feeling like a slave right now. It's coming, but it's a job. I mean, it's tough, just especially for one person. Got number 3 done. First we started the roll roofing done, then the undersheeting done, and then we have the gravel. So helpful hint, this is so old that the tar is seeped through the tar paper, making it impossible to pull the tar paper up off of the plywood. I was just going to take the plywood and all off, but that's heavy and it's pain in the keister. So the sun was my friend today, and the reason why I say that is because the sun heated up well, I had to get the gravel off first. I had to sweep the gravel off, but the sun heated up the tar enough that it came unstuck from the plywood, and I was able to get it off with little to, I don't want to say no effort, but there was a little effort, but nothing compared to what it was when it was cold. I guess you could use a weed burner, but hopefully you don't burn your house down in the process of doing that. So let's count how many pieces that we need to replace. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rotten, but I already placed 3 pieces over on that section there. It's not screwed down yet, but those are cut in. And 11 plus 3, that's 14 sheets of plywood. We literally only have 2 pieces of plywood that are salvageable out of this whole thing. It's rotten. Okay, now I'm back to the dump. I need to get that off so I can have room in the trailer to put this plywood when I tear it off. I'm gonna have to stop by Home Depot, pick up some supplies to start putting it back together. Okay.
Flashing.
All right. So pulled up here, waiting in line for a while for a second load to the dump, and the lady comes up and says, "Hey, I will. I says, you want to weigh, or you want to just pay $24 and dump, and you don't have to weigh on the way out?" And I says, "I'll pay the $24." No idea how heavy it was. I bet the trailer was half full of rock, and then the other half was tar and tar paper. It was heavy. I bet it was over a ton, and they charge you $28 a ton. So you want to get me off with just prepaying? Yeah, okay, I'll do it. So a little thing that helps when you're working in extreme heat, for me, what I need to do, especially when I go running, when I was running, I sweat so much that I was you start getting cramping up. So to prevent that, you take salt tablets, and they work. I've taken 2 salt tablets a day. Another thing that you can do, or you can look up and people do, and so do athletes, and that's drink pickle juice. And I ate 4 pickles a day. Drank a whole jar of pickle juice. 2 salt tablets. I've had my 32 ounces of SOS, which is electrolytes. I just have my 3rd one with Pedialyte, and I am still, you can see how dirty I am. I'm wet and bad. I am glad that is over.
Back screen.
Now on to Home Depot, pick up some plywood. And yesterday I spent about an hour and a half or so pulling nails out. I got half of it done, but I want to sheet. I'm going to start sheeting this half that I got the nails pulled out. Then I'll start working on the rest of it when I get tired of doing that. But it's sketchy up here. Every time I go make a step, you can see I feel like I'm going to fall through. So I'm going to get working on that, and we'll go from there. Screwed down and looks good. You can see all I was able to save is that strip and a little bit up there. Everything else is brand new. And I'm gonna clean this up here a little bit along this edge here. I'm gonna clean that up, and then we'll start putting the drip edge on, and hopefully we'll get some roll roofing on here today. Laurel swept it, I blew it, I got the drip edge on, and it's not professionally installed, but it looks like it has been. So next step, we're still on day 4. Next step is the glaciation ice and water, and I think that's gonna roll real smooth. This isn't a flat rough, but it's dang near flat. I think I got a 1/16 of an inch flow. Hope that's enough.
This is Alan putting up glaciation water, ice and water on, and it's a learning experience. It's hot, and this stuff is wrinkling up really good in the heat. We're giving it the best we can as being amateurs.
It's all wrinkled.
It is all wrinkled. This is Alan on his 4th attempt of the roll across.
Second row.
second roll
So
of
I
glacian
pulled it back to
water.
get it started. Roll it back. This is the easy. This stuff This stuff will make you cuss and swear. Bad, even if you don't swear.
Especially on a hot day.
Oh, my knees hurt. But this is the best way I found to do it so far. You gotta get it started. Don't roll it out. You roll it out as you peel the paper off. This has the least wrinkles.
But it will still have wrinkles all the same. I think it's just because it's plain cotton adhesive. Adhesive is so sticky. And we've had this glacian ice water stuff for about 2 or 3 years.
And it's still sticky.
And had been stored out in the elements.
Well, it's been in the shade.
Under the shed of under the carport that was falling apart. But under the safer part of it.
Starting to go a little crooked. I'm still overlapping.
It's no 115-degree weather, but it sure is hot enough to make a person dizzy. I don't have my phone up here, so I can't even tell you what the heat level is. It's probably high 80s, maybe low 90s. To some people that's not hot, but to me it is.
Okay, I get to the end now. Take the razor blade and trim it up. I gotta stand for a second. Alright, so I got this lined up even there. I roll it back to where I'm at right now. I start the paper peeling back and I tuck it under here. So at this point, I roll it back. It sticks. And then I
Got some tar sticking on
make
the
sure
other
that
side.
this is down. 'Cause I gotta think like a raindrop.
You're rolling over your paper.
And then I start this pull. Then I start my roll. And then I start rolling. Easiest way I found to do it so far. And using this instead of tar paper, use tar paper, you gotta use nails. And the problem with the nails is the nail heads will wear through the shingles. This way, there's no nails. There's gonna be no wearing through the shingles from a nail head. So this stuff sucks, but hopefully in the long run, I will appreciate it.
Well, here we are again. We are updating the roof still, and we just put the second membrane on the carport. This is the base layer on top of the glacian water, and we like this one a lot better than the glacian water, actually, because it's a nice smoother. So now we are getting ready to put up the shingles that go on top of it. Alrighty. We're laying out the last level.
I think it's got such a overlay that a little bit is not going to hurt nothing. But we got it. I need to get some 2.5-inch sheet metal screws with washers and gaskets to screw this part down to fasten it. But the roof is done with the roll roofing on day 4. Karen Laurel's been up here and it's 4th of July and there's fireworks. I guess we're up here late enough we got to see some fireworks. I figured I stayed at it just because I figured I wouldn't be sleeping with all the noise anyway, so I might as well be productive and do something. There's some over that way. Yeah. Those are nice. I'm going over at the park, over the neighbors. Did some down the road yesterday that were amazing. Look, I got sparklers going down there now. But remember, this was it for this video. Always strive to improve something in your life, whether it's yourself or something around you.